Hello, welcome to another episode of the Stardew Valley Skull Cavern run. As you can see, I'm trying a little bit of video editing today. This will be day 7 and 8. Started off the day, had a couple parsnips. I kept one on me because it's Lewis's birthday. Had to check the mail so that I could get the wizard quest, and ran down to see him. One thing about the wizard cutscene is you don't actually meet the wizard during it. Like when you meet Willy to get the fishing rod, it counts as meeting him, but you have to make sure to talk to the wizard after you get the cutscene to have him on your list. Then I started a gold smelting because it was raining today. If it wasn't raining today, I would have just gone straight to Clint and then up to the mountain lake. Actually ended up catching quite a lot of catfish there. If you saw, here's Lewis's birthday present. If you saw, I actually hooked 4 catfish. I only caught 3 of them, but go to Clint, get the last of the gold ore I need to smelt all of the bars for the gold pick, and then run back to the river for more fishing. And that'll be the day for today, is just fishing. Same for tomorrow, just fishing all day tomorrow. And right here I got some more gold. It was funny, I had to buy 4 more gold ore in order to have enough to smelt everything that I need for the pick upgrade. And I ended up getting, I think it's like 13 or so gold ore from chests, but you still need to buy it because you don't know what you're going to get from chests. You can't guarantee that you will get enough gold ore from just fishing. I'm going to keep going here. Today, I don't even think that I end up eating any of my algae because I figure out that, iridium chubs are still good to eat and they give you a good chunk of energy. So 1 iridium chub lasts me about 2 hours here. That was just an example of me going for the catfish over the chest. Even at level 8, I still end up missing, somewhere between 2 and 4 catfish. They are tricky. And even at level 10, the only way that I can consistently catch a catfish every time is if I'm like level 7 plus with the iridium rod and a trap bobber, but I don't even know. The iridium rod used to be very, very helpful. Almost always wanted to get it, even if just for completion's sake. But now with 1.4, it feels like much more of a luxury item, considering that what you really want is perfect catches anyway. My go-to attachment was the trap bobber, so that I was able to catch fish more easily. But now you might actually be better off with a dressed spinner to get to hook fish more quickly, or possibly the cork bobber to have the bigger fishing bar to get the perfects more easily. But I think I'm probably not going to try to catch a legend this season. Even if I do get a rainy day towards the end, I'll still just go to the catfish. But that's the only more gold ore past needing it. But I'm probably not gonna. If you catch a legend, then it's better to have gone to the mountain lake. But that's a big if. Like if you can even hook one, if you can actually catch one, your odds are much better having a more profitable day if it's raining, just to go fish for catfish in the river. And also in that instance, I probably would want a trap bobber for the legendary fish. no problems today being exhausted because I just leveled up my fishing to level 9, as you can see. Also, I don't know if you caught it because it was really quick, but there were a couple of horseradishes on the way from the wizard tower over to my fishing spot, which means that I also end up leveling my foraging skill. Yeah, that's about it. So this is might be better. A little bit more work on my end, but I don't mind. I realize that, I mean, this is the third run now, so I'm just how many days do you really need to watch me fish in real time? But especially on this run, because this run I will be fishing straight until on the 10th, like all day tomorrow, all day on the 9th, all day on the 10th, and then come the 11th I will finally get some action going, because more gold ore, get some action going on the 11th, because I'll actually be heading back to the mines. Really hoping. At this point it's the 7th. Small spoiler alert, I don't get a weapon today, I don't get a weapon tomorrow. I still have the 9th and the 10th. I really want a weapon, just because that'll make such a big difference. Even if I can just get the broken trident. The glaive obviously is a lot better than the trident, but the gold pick will only do me up to level foraging and level fishing. Neutral day today. The gold pick will only do me so much good if I don't have a weapon. Did some math here. I'm selling my fish. I didn't really do extensive math, but I wanted to sell most of the stuff, figuring that tomorrow I'm gonna pass out today, because on the 8th now, because I can just swing by Willie in the morning on the way to Clint, pet the cat, and actually remember to bring the hoe, which I get a book and some clay, and that book means now I can fish in treasure chests. I can get, got some bubbles, that's right, very, very short bubbles, but now the treasure chests I can pick up possibly artifacts. I have a theory. I asked someone who was going to ask someone to look into it, but the way that the first catch works with fishing is most people, their first catch is a sunfish. The reason for that is your first cast, when you just start fishing, you're always going to catch it because the bar won't go down, and it's always going to be an easy fish. So that means if you are in the lake and you happen to hook a carp, you'll just catch the carp. If you're in the ocean and you happen to hook, I think, like a sardine, you'll catch that sardine. But if you happen to hook a piece of trash or algae or seaweed or a more difficult fish, then the game will auto swap it with a sunfish. That's why the sunfish is the most common caught first fish, because it just means that whatever you hooked on the line was either trash or too high level to be your first catch. I have a theory that the game does the same thing with fishing chests and bait. And what I mean by that is there's some items that you can't get. Like, you can't get, for example, you can't get I think you can't get like you can't get certain items from fishing chests until you've hit certain conditions. Like, you can't get an artifact from a fishing chest unless you've dug up an artifact or a library book. You can't get certain things unless you have a certain fishing level. I know you can get a prismatic shard. I'm not sure if you need to have I think you have be like fishing level 7 to get a prismatic shard from a chest. More bubbles that I cannot quite reach. But my theory is, I know that for the most part, like with the exception of the glaive, oddly enough, luck does not affect what's in a treasure chest. Luck just affects how often the treasure chests appear. My theory is when you get a treasure chest, the game checks and puts some items in it, and then it checks to see if you had met the requirements for getting those items. And if you haven't, then you get bait, and that's why you get so much bait. So like, for example, if you haven't gotten any artifacts and the game was going to put, a nautilus shell in the treasure chest, it checks, sees you haven't gotten any artifacts, and so it gives you a piece of bait instead. That's a theory. I haven't actually confirmed that. It's just what I think, because I've noticed it both in my play and in other people's play, particularly with artifacts, because it's the most noticeable, because they're one of the most common things you can get in chests, is if I have gotten an artifact, then I seem to fish up a ton of other artifacts. I mean, you'll see, like today I get 3 or 4 artifacts after just getting that library book, and I don't even think I get that many chests. Whereas on the other hand, if I don't get an artifact, what I end up getting is just a bunch of bait. Sebastian coming over to just smoke and look at the lake and brood. I do pretty good. I think I got 2 diamonds today. 3 diamonds? Oh, well, I think one of those diamonds was already there. But 2 diamonds in fishing chests today, combined with all the gold ore I end up getting that I don't even need. See another library book, another fossil. And my theory is that library book and fossil, my theory is that would have been just 2 different pieces of bait. So, not sure, but who knows. I will say, just a heads up, I made a mistake today. I'm not gonna get to level 10 fishing. Also, there's bubbles right there, and I keep overshooting the bubbles by habit. I'm not gonna get to level 10 fishing, even though I'm gonna pass out, which normally means I would wake up with no energy the next day. But I exhausted myself because I don't bother watching for that anymore, which means I'm going to wake up on day 9 with 0 energy. Luckily, day 9 is just more fishing, and you always get energy when you fish, so not a huge loss, but an oversight. I should have been more careful. Try not to exhaust yourself unless you already have leveled up or are absolutely sure that you will. Alright, day is wrapping up here. Going to fill my chest with stuff, a couple more casts, and I'll fill my backpack up with stuff from the chest. And that'll do it for this very quick video for day 7 and 8. And then next time I will be upgrading the pick and more fishing. So, yep. Bring in the gold, the diamonds, fish, and the cog to turn in for the reward. Alright everyone, see you next time.